Firefighters have been on scene since late last night and all through this morning. And as you can see behind me, some crews are still trying to put out some of those final flames. I've been on the phone with dispatchers from across the tri-state all morning, and here's the latest update. Well, John and Whitney, it's been a flow of steady customers. Right now I am here with one of them. This is Lori Rogers from Evansville. Organizers are calling the event a funeral service for the facility. You can see here the press release is actually written as an obituary for the plant. The victim is at Deaconess Hospital. He is in surgery right now, so we do not have any word on his condition at this point. Police are still looking for that suspect. Reporting live in Evansville, Nikki Stroud, News 25.
News 25's Nikki Stroud is there now with the latest. Nikki.
John, as you can see behind me, firefighters are just finishing up putting out the final flames of this fire. Just hours ago, you could see massive flames shooting out of this building. I'm told by investigators that there was likely no one inside of the building and no injuries have been reported because of this fire. Casino Astor employees were the ones who originally called in this fire around 1 o'clock this morning. Now, I spoke with fire investigator Richard Howard, and he tells me this fire was extremely difficult to fight because there's a metal roof and hardly any windows. Now that the sun's come up and as soon as all the final flames are out, fire investigators will go inside and try and determine what caused this fire. But I'm told that that's going to be hard to do because of how much damage has been done to the structure. Reporting live in Evansville, Nikki Stroud, News 25. Whitney, what a difference 24 hours makes. These roads are so much better than they were at this time yesterday. I just got off the phone with Indiana State Police of Evansville, and they say they've had a very quiet night. They haven't even been out on a call, so that is certainly good news because there were lots of problems, if you remember, around Vanderburgh County yesterday at this time. If you see the roads, I'm here at the Lloyd and Rosenberger, and they look pretty much clear. This is a main intersection, so this has a plow went by around 4:30 and cleaned this road up a lot. There was some snow. We had some drifting overnight. I don't know if you guys were awake to see that, but it did snow a little bit overnight. Right now, everything on these main roads is looking clear. What you need to look out for is those secondary roads because the crews have not had time to get around to all of the roads. So probably your neighborhood where you live or your street might not be plowed. You might have some problems there, but these main roads are looking really good for your morning commute. Reporting live on the west side of Evansville, Nikki Stroud, News 25. Whitney, as you can see behind me, the snow has slowed down a little bit for now, but that hasn't stopped it from causing some problems for some drivers out there. I just got off the phone with Vanderburgh County dispatchers. They tell me an accident with injuries was reported around Lloyd and Stockwell. Now, there were just minor injuries, and I'm told that area has been cleaned up and people can get around there no problem now. Another car has gone into a ditch, and that's around East Morgan. So that's just a sign for all you drivers out there that it is kind of slick out there. We have less than about an inch of snow on the ground, but that still can cause your car to slide. We've seen several people sliding at this intersection, so just make sure you give yourself a little extra time this morning and be safe. Reporting live in Evansville, Nikki Stroud, News 25.
News 25's Nikki Stroud has been out there this morning. And Nikki, there is a lot of action happening around you.
There is a lot of action happening. That is absolutely correct. The store has been open for just about 2 hours now, and that action has not stopped. The people who are waiting in line in the cold all night and into the morning, well, they have made their purchases and been on their way to the next store, home, or wherever they're going. And now the store is filled with more people buying more items. A lot of big ticket items have been purchased. We've seen a lot of TVs, a lot of game systems, and of course those toys that everybody's getting for those youngsters on your shopping list. Overall, it's been a success. We hear there's more people here than there was last year, and that's what national retailers have expected. So all seems to be going well so far. Reporting live on the east side, Nikki Stroud, News 25. The house fire was just blocks from Hose House 10, one of the 2 stations which may close. Residents say the fact firefighters were able to get there so quickly likely saved the house next door. When firefighters at Station 10 heard the alarm, they were at this East Virginia home in just 1 minute.
A minute would have made a difference as far as whether it would have gotten into the second house.
That second house was right next door. It only suffered minor damages. 28 East Virginia was destroyed. Jim Morgan, the former president of the Jacobsville Neighborhood Association, says the homes in this area are old and very close together.
In other words, you burn the whole block. I've seen quite a few of them that go up that quick.
Just 1 minute after Hose House 10 firefighters were on the scene, firefighters from Station 3 arrived. They are one of 3 stations set to split 10's territory if it's shut down. Captain Bob Shipman with Station 10 says he's worried about the plan to close his station's doors.
I understand it. I know why they're doing it. I mean, you know, we've increased our territory on the east side, but the thing is, do we need to add a house? Or, you know, instead of shutting down houses, add a house? And residents echo his thoughts, pointing to Wednesday night's fire as proof.
This is typical of what's going to happen, and the only thing, it's going to be 2 houses instead of 1.
Fire Chief Keith Jarbo was unavailable for an interview. There is a committee in place to study the closings of stations 10 and 14. Nikki Stroud, News 25. The party was held Saturday night at the upper deck. 100 people were ticketed for underage drinking, the youngest just 15. But it's some Vanderburgh County deputies' involvement in the situation that is now in question.
Chaotic. When we arrived, there were people, like I've explained in the past, there were people outside on the deck that surround the building, smoking, drinking, just general carousing, just kind of having a good time.
But the good time was over. Indiana State Excise Police were on scene, writing tickets to people who were allegedly drinking underage. 3 Vanderburgh County Sheriff's deputies had already been there. They were hired to work the party that night.
It does look bad. Now, I can understand the frustration and how it would look to a parent whose young person was cited out there for violation of the liquor law, and then to find out that there were off-duty deputies somewhere out there.
An internal investigation into the actions of those deputies has now begun, but Sheriff Williams says the deputies filled out the necessary paperwork before the party. The question is, did they know about the alleged underage drinking? And did they know the man they were working for, Deshaun White, was a convicted felon?
It looks horrible. We need to get to the bottom of it pretty quickly and find out what happened.
Sheriff Williams says a committee is investigating to see if any of those deputies did something wrong. They will also look at standards for deputies who work parties while off duty. Nikki Stroud, News 25.